Welcome to the Accounting Lounge, where you ask the questions and we answer it. This week's episode, Petty Cash Funds. So what is a petty cash fund? Petty cash is an amount of cash kept on hand to pay for minor expenses, for example, like buying office supplies. Petty cash is a method of cash control and is a basic control activity that monitors cash outflows. Petty cash funds involve three activities: establishing the fund, making repayments from the fund, and replenishing the fund. Let's look at the first activity, establishing the fund. Establishing a fund is where a check is written out for an amount and cashed in, where an employee is assigned as the custodian. So what does establishing the fund look like? So let's look at an example. So let's say Clouds Limited, during the month of June, wanted to establish a petty cash fund of $150. We would write this in the journal entry as, on June 1st, we debit petty cash of $150 and credit cash of $150. Making payments to the fund is the second activity. This is where payments can be made in two different ways. 1. Making payments directly from the fund, or 2. Reimbursing employees from the fund for the payments they have made. It is important for custodians to collect receipts, as it is useful to reference when replenishing the cash fund later in the month. So the last activity is replenishing the fund. We replenish the fund when cash decreases. We do this to bring the total cash fund back to the original balance. This is why collecting receipts are important to document the journal entry. So what does replenishing the fund look like? So let's use Clouds Limited as an example again. On June 30th, we would debit all expenses made to the petty cash fund. These could include office supplies, postage stamps, or miscellaneous expenses. Then we credit cash for the total of expenses made to the petty cash fund. But what happens when there is a discrepancy between the receipts and the cash needed to be replenished? The answer is to use a cash over and short account. This is a temporary account that can either have a debit or credit balance to fix the cash discrepancy. So let's use Clouds Limited as an example again. So on June 30th, we would debit all expenses made to the petty cash fund. These are our office supplies, postage stamps, and miscellaneous expenses. We would also debit a cash over and short account for the discrepancy in cash. Then we would credit cash for the total cash needed to replenish the fund. So that's it for petty cash this week. See you next week for bank reconciliation.
Created using Powtoon.